Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Maya. It's a little darker in my room right now than usual because it's currently 7:26. The sun has just now set. Well, not set, but like set behind the house, so I can't see anymore, but like it's still above the horizon probably. Today, you guys are going to be spending the evening with me. This is just going to be like an evening vlog. I don't have a video to post this week, so I wanted to film something today. And I'm also kind of in a chatty mood, so you guys also asked me some questions on my Instagram that I might answer later, like a little Q&A segment. Earlier today, it rained, which was so nice and cozy. Honestly, give me more. Today is also Friday. I was just like hanging out all day. I did some writing on my writing project. Not a lot of progress, only like 600 words, but it was a fun scene to write. I did a little bit of reading, which I'm about to give you guys a little reading update, and I also played some Roblox. And I also watched some YouTube, specifically Russian booktubers. I wanted to start reading more books in Russian recently because usually, or all the time, I basically only read English books. So I want to like practice and like get my reading pace up because I know how to read it, but since I don't do it so often, I read it slower than I do English, which leads us on to what I'm currently reading. Let's do my last read, current read, and next read. Okay, so first, my last read. I finished reading Just Another Meets Cute. This just came out a few days ago. I got an ARC for this actually. I get my ARCs in NetGalley, and usually they're just e-book ARCs, so like you read them online. But I actually didn't finish reading it in time, and then it archived and like deleted itself from my laptop. So I had to order it if I wanted to finish it, and I was interested enough and enjoying this enough to want to finish it. So yeah, this was a pretty cute story. There's sort of a love triangle between twin brothers. She first met one of them, and then she kind of went stalker mode and tried to find him again, but instead found his twin brother, and without knowing that that's not him, she starts dating him, and then she realized later that this is the OG guy. Actually, I think it's this one, but you know, whatever. The other guy is the OG guy that she first met, and now she's not sure what to do. Like, does she go for who she liked first, or does she just keep dating the guy that she's dating? And also, it's kind of complicated because they're twin brothers, so they have like a strong brotherly connection that they probably wouldn't want to ruin over a girl. So it's kind of like a complicated mess she found herself in. I give this a 3.85 stars. I enjoyed it while I was reading it, but when I finished it, I don't really like think about it. It's kind of a little unmemorable, I guess, for me. And you can go read my full review on this on Goodreads. I like went all out on there. It's probably one of the longest reviews I've ever written. I always try to write good reviews for when I review ARCs. So if you want more information and details about this book, go check it out. Now my current read, back to the talk about Russian books. I'm reading Dверь в пасти дракона. In English, that would be Door to the Mouth of the Dragon. This is actually originally an English book, but it was translated into Russian and we had it at home. My mom suggested that I read this because it's good for like 12, 13, 14 plus, like, you know, kind of preteen age. And a lot of our other Russian books at home are either kids books, most of which I already read when I was wanting to practice Russian, or adult books, which I'm afraid would be kind of difficult for me to understand. Maybe like the vocabulary would be a little more difficult than what I'm used to, so I think this is perfect like skill level for me right now. Okay, in English, this book is called The Door in the Dragon's Throat. And we have multiple books of this. It's like a series. Also, a family member of mine is currently in Russia, so I texted them some books that I want them to get from there. So I found some like young adult books and also some middle grade or young adult fantasy books, which will be super interesting to try. I'm like actually really excited to start reading more in my other language. Something different, you know? I'm currently on page 41, 40, and I'm liking it. They're like going on an excursion, this like group of archaeologists, and the main one has a daughter and a son that go with him, and I think they're in the pier. And now for my next read, I honestly do not know. I could continue one of the books that I'm currently kind of reading. I started them in my last video. Those were The Bodyguard and Curse of the Wolf King. After I filmed the outro for that and I said I would continue reading them, I actually did not continue reading them because I don't know, I just like didn't feel like it, and it's already been like over a week since then and I still don't really feel like it. And since then I started this instead. So maybe before my next read I will continue them. Or speaking of ARCs, I recently also got approved for one. It's called Emiko, which is kind of like a modern Emma retelling by Jane Austen. And I'm really excited to read this one. It sounded really good. That's why I requested it on NetGalley. But I haven't read Emma yet, which I have. I got this for my birthday. Thank you to my aunt. Beautiful, beautiful Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. Whoa, I think this is even thicker than the Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility. But I'm really, really excited to read Emma. And I think I want to read the original Emma first before I I read any like retellings of it. But the thing is that the archive date for Emiko is June 10th when it gets published. So that's like 10-11 days from now. There's no way that I'll read this book and that book in that time. Another situation of this. I seriously wish that they would make the archive dates longer. Just like give the ARC readers more time to finish reading it. That's the reading update. I have some kombucha. Just kidding. I already drank it all earlier. There was absolutely no point showing that. Ooh, I just remembered that my family made spaghetti. So I'm gonna go eat that. Yay! I think we have a power outage right now. There's no Wi-Fi, so it's taking forever to load. I think I want to start a little chit chat, answering questions, like talking about topics you guys asked about, but the power outage is still outaging and it's loading forever. Yay, they loaded. First, someone asked, how's your writing project going? Do we get to know what it's about? It's going well. I'm still in the drafting process. I don't want to share much about it because I don't really like talking about things before they're done or while they're still like in early stages of being done. But I will say it's a young adult book. My writing goal for now is like around 70k words. As of today, I'm on 49k words. And I started this project in January of this year. So I'm making pretty good progress, I think. Fantasy or romance books? Fantasy. Romance is always better as a subplot, in my opinion. How do you manage to write a novel and not abandon it? Well, I'm still writing, but I don't think I will abandon because that actually happened one time before. I think like 2 years ago when I was 15, 16, I started writing a fantasy novel and I actually got pretty deep into it. I actually talked about this before, I think. I reached like 40 or 50k words. I was just like pantsing it. I didn't really have a very neat outline or anything, so I just like got kind of confused with my own plot. It felt like a tangled web. So then I quit that, but I do have plans to return to it because I do really like the idea that I had, but I wanted to start fresh in something new and just like dive into it more prepared. What's the most underrated book you've read that you wish more people knew about? Right now, I can't really think of anything at the top of my mind, but I'll just put them on here. These books were underrated and I really liked them, and more people should read them for sure. Favorite miraculous Ladybug character? Ladybug, Cat Noir, Luca, and low-key Chloe. Why did you see that?
So you're headed back home? Yes. But son, I value this time together more than I can say. Me too. I'm gonna miss you, Dad.
What's up? Before I go to bed, I want to answer a few more questions. I got so many from you guys. I guess this means that a bookish Q&A is long overdue. So I also asked you guys on my YouTube community post to ask some questions, and I think I'm gonna film a full bookish Q&A video soon. So like I'll still answer a few more in this video, but I'm gonna save most of them for a different video. So if I didn't answer yours in this one, stay tuned for the bookish Q&A. What is your favorite book trope and why? I don't think I have specific favorites, but one that comes to my mind immediately immediately is Rich X Poor. That's just so fun. If we're talking TV shows, then some like that are King the Land, Cinderella and the Four Knights. There's probably more, but I can't think of them right now. And some books is Tokyo Ever After. Well, that's not really Rich X Poor, it's more like poor turns rich. But like that's one I like to like overnight a girl turns into a princess. Oh, Princess Diaries also. It's just really fun to see how their life like completely changes. Where's your favorite place to get clothes? Hollister, this hoodie's from Hollister by the way. Target, Aeropostale. If you couldn't live in the country you live now, where would you want to go? I've thought of this before also, because I would like to experience maybe living in different countries in the future and like seeing where I really like it. I watch a couple of YouTubers who live in Thailand and it seems really chill and nice and pretty. I heard of a lot of people who live there complaining about the heat and stuff, or like they just get bored of living in such a small country. But like I don't really go out, so I wouldn't like get bored of different restaurants or stuff because I don't even go to those places. I'll mostly just be chilling at home or in nature. Or I was also thinking probably a European country because there's so many European countries that are so small and close to each other. You can just like travel a couple hours and you're in a new country. Maybe also Russia for a bit. Are you more fluent in English or Russian? And are you half Russian? By the way, I love Russian book covers. I agree with the Russian book covers. There are some translated works and the covers for them are so pretty. I'm full Russian, but I was born in America and grew up here. And my first language is technically Russian. That's what I learned to speak first, and I spoke it the most until I was like 6, 7. I started speaking a bit more English because I became friends with a few English girls back then. Well, American girls, not English. Now I majorly speak English because I'm surrounded by it all the time, so I feel like I'm more comfortable in English actually now. A few people were asking about my braces because I document my journey on here, and I haven't done a braces update in a while, but don't worry, I'm currently in the process of making a new update, so yeah. Bye!